What's up, Rumble fam? Welcome to another episode of the Rumble Pod. We are here with, I would say, he's like been part of Rumble World behind the scenes. You don't really see him on camera. And I got him to be on camera. I sneaked it in. I tricked him. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dennis Portugal. Ooh.
Hi, my name is, that's my full name.
What would you say you do here at Rumble Roll?
I just do a lot of support. I think I help her, we bounce back ideas back and forth. So I feel like that's been my role. I think you do a lot of the heavy lifting, but when you need like a soundboard,
Yeah.
then you'll go to me
For sure.
my opinion on stuff like that.
Yeah, and we work together on like separate projects and everything like that, right?
Yeah.
So in Rumble Roll, what were like the challenges? Because this is new to all of us, right? So what were some of the challenges that like you thought of getting into it? Because the way I work, I mean, you guys should know already. I like have crazy ideas and I just do them, right? And if it's like if we fail, we fail. But
Well, a lot of it.
We try not to
A
fail.
lot of it, I think, is we haven't hit a lot of major challenges. A lot of it was trying to figure out what it's going to be, right?
like what it looks like.
Yeah, what it looks like, what we're trying to do with it, and then see if it's viable. I mean, we do have like the core ideas that you wanted to do. A lot of it just sprung out of like, okay, this is fun. This is what we're doing, and then what else can we do with the people we found that would work out, and then like how do we do more?
Yeah, for sure. And then like in the beginning, oh, it's still kind of early stages, right? We've been out for what, 2 years? What were
It's been 2 years now?
Yeah, we started like 2 years ago.
Okay.
What do you think surprised you the most when starting in this whole process?
Well, from the beginning, I think just seeing how much we've actually made looking back. Like in the beginning, it was just a lot of mostly the long form stuff, right?
Yeah.
And just recording that and see what happens.
You know, we made this system of creating short form.
Yeah,
Like a ton of it.
and then like how do we just make a lot more, like make a process? Like, that's a big thing. Like how do we
Built the system.
streamline, like what do we want to do, and then how do we make it happen like easily? I guess.
Like as
So,
efficient as possible,
efficiently,
right? Efficiency and proficiently as possible.
Yeah, like what like the whole motto behind a lot of it is like we'll do the best that we can with what we got.
Yeah,
So-
for sure.
So
Yeah. So we kind of built this like smaller community of people that like are on screen talent and also behind the scenes talent. So but we're also looking for new players, right? New players to appear on content and
that's,
be personalities for Rumble Roll.
yeah, and that happens organically. Like we you have the different programs that you want to do, and then like you have in mind what you want in those positions, right?
What kind of player, you are part of casting essentially, but what kind of players do you think you're personally looking for to represent Rumble Roll? Or like,
I mean, it's kind of hard to say like a specific player. It really depends on who's in it now, like, or who's gonna be. It's the mix. Like it's that's why like you play games to see how people like
gel.
we do kind of like it's not additions. It's just we just play.
No.
And then like if like people work well together, then we do more with them.
Yeah, for sure.
With that group, or
If the vibe is good,
yeah,
if they're
and
easy to work with.
it's just a mix, right?
Right,
Like who
right.
works well with who.
And like if they're good, what they try and do or portray.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Rumble Roll, we like focus. I'm not gonna cuss. If we focus crazy heavily on Filipino content, essentially, right? And this isn't our first like Filipino-based content platform that we've done. How is it different? How is Rumble Roll different from the other Filipino style content?
Well, I think what we're doing, to go off of what you just said, I think more the focus has always been like D&D, and then we have it in mind that there's a Filipino flavor.
Yeah.
To it. I don't think we're not like, oh, we gotta have like
Yeah, it's not
it's gotta be
overtly
heavy.
like
We don't start there. I mean, not that it's not important, but we don't start there, right?
Yeah, it's not our intention to inject the Filipino-ness of it, but because we are.
Yeah, I mean,
who we are.
it's gonna happen automatically, like that. The elements of who we are going to come out into.
Yeah, because those are the stories we know, and those are the personalities
And then we do
grew
lean
up
in
around.
it. We do lean into it when we can, but like
Yeah,
mostly
for
it's like
sure.
it's D&D.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit of an edge because I think as opposed to like filmmaking, right? Nobody is looking for how do I nobody is tired of the stories films are making. Like they're gonna keep making the same hero's journey. They're gonna keep making the same like team up movies, and no one is specifically looking for a change, right? But I think D&D, because people are playing more games more often recently, and there's all this content on D&D, I think eventually they start to look for something a little bit different,
Yeah, I
and
think
that's kind of where we
it's
come
still a
in.
new like not new. It's like well, it's new to people who are not familiar with it,
Right.
and then you can do a lot with it.
It's becoming more new mainstream.
Yeah, yeah.
Esque, right? What does success? What does Rumble Roll's success look like for you in the near future?
I think it's just engagement. Like if we get people like watching and like having people who are in or who are playing have a good time,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like if we can surprise them with good stories,
Yeah, for sure.
I think that's success. I think that's the main thing. I mean, I'm not trying to hit numbers like
Yeah,
that right
it's
now.
always a bad like
It's
game.
it's weird to like quantify it that way.
Yeah, because we don't control it.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing we can control is like
Our output.
even though if even then it's hard to control. Like we try to make it good,
Yeah.
try to make it engaging,
Yeah,
we try
I
to
mean,
make it entertaining.
Quality is a little easier to control, but I think the one thing we can control for sure is our output.
Yeah, and it's just reacting to how people react to what we do.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Was there a specific moment learning, like from the jump, where you're like, oh, I don't know about this, and then you're like, okay, this might be something? Or were you always like all in from the beginning? You know what I mean? Where it's
Well, say that.
if if there was a moment, because there was like a weird acclimation curve when starting to work on Rumble Roll stuff, where you're like, oh, I don't know if this could be a thing, but I'm here for it, and then you're like, okay, I can see myself investing a little bit more of my energy.
I'm not really
into
into. I don't think I've ever really said I don't know about any of it really.
Yeah.
Like I'm not really unsure. I mean, a lot of it is yeah. I'm aware of like that there are unknowns,
Yeah.
but that's not really like oh I don't know if it's gonna work out. It's really like it's too early to say if it's gonna work out. We haven't done yet.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah.
a lot of it is like we'll just see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm not really worried about like oh will it work because it'll be once we release it or whatever we release, see how people engage and honestly like we're still pretty small, so
Yeah.
we're not getting a good I guess I want to say sample size.
Sample size
Like,
is
so,
like a big-
like
yeah.
really, I mean, we're just kind of judging our own work based on like who's watching it, and it seems fine so far.
Yeah. Are there any content mediums that you have more of an affinity to as a behind the scenes creator or a consumer?
What do you mean?
Like, what are you more comfortable creating, and then what are you more comfortable intaking?
I haven't really done a lot of creation stuff in a while. Like most of it's just been
Yeah, but even behind the scenes, like our shoots and stuff.
okay.
What is the more? You're like, okay.
Like on the D&D side, on the story side, I'm not really that involved. A lot of it is just seeing how we work and like me getting excited about the stories that are coming out, or like the plot points that are coming out, or like the ideas that we have,
Yeah.
or that you come up with, or like the other DMs come up with, and yeah, and then for me, it's just being I guess a fan of that.
Yeah, because you're like a big comic book guy, right?
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
how?
Like I'm from San Diego, so I've been doing Comic-Con forever. So.
Yeah. So how does that like lens? Because I'm sure you see what we're trying to do through that kind of same lens.
Yeah,
A
it
little
is
bit
very indie. A lot of this is very indie. It reminds me of like small publisher type stuff we're
Yeah.
trying to do, and then small press type things. We have our own stories. We are trying to get people to like engage with what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
it's that kind of thing. And you know, there are the big two, or I guess like they're similar to that.
Marvel, DC, and then
Yeah, or
D20 and Critical Role.
Yeah. So there's that, and then but again, there's like even wrestling. It's got the big, you know,
Two or
the big,
three.
the bigger companies, and then there's a lot of little ones. So in that, it's very that's what it feels like to me. So there are audiences that will engage with, you know, the small, you call it indie.
That's interesting.
side
So
of it.
there's you in actually in any industry there's like a big two or three that lead the market
Yeah.
and
But
are
then people will gravitate to their locals or
Do you
the
think
ones
so?
that they're into.
Because I'm like that's something I haven't really thought about. Where like, yeah, I've heard of like indie comics and then indie wrestling scenes and stuff, and I guess we're indie D&D as of right now. But do you think there is a market for whatever local or indie, you know, creation teams? Do you think there's a pipeline to success through
There's
that?
you say market. I'm guessing more of an audience, like more audience than market. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah,
So for example, like you're into like one of the big companies. They have a lot of storylines you're into. Like then you
Like
follow,
Marvel,
yeah,
right?
for Marvel,
Marvel,
you're gonna
yeah,
follow
yeah.
those, and then like for example at Comic-Con, like you'll see a book that you know you vibe with maybe, so you check it out, and then you're talking to the guy who made it,
yeah,
right, directly, and then like or maybe you're sending in fan letters. They don't do that
yeah,
anymore,
yeah.
but you can see yourself you can see your letter in the book itself or whatever.
So do you think the alignment is based on proximity? I mean, like
It is.
The-
I think it's because
the knowing
as
the
like
creator, I guess.
as a fan, you're closer to the feedback. Your feedback means more.
Yeah,
And
because you're
like-
so far removed from Marvel or DC,
Yeah,
right?
that's why I always like in like the local to like the small niche stuff. Like I'm closer to that. Like bands, it's the same thing. I got my local. I'm gonna go there every Friday and like spend
Oh,
time with
word.
that, right?
Yeah,
And then like I know all the songs. I I even know the people in the crowd in the front or whatever.
yeah.
You know, or like in the book side, like I know guys. I recognize names in the letter column or whatever. Like and then I'm actually engaging with the author. Or like
I
in these
see.
shows, I'm like, oh, these are all the people, and they're screaming. Everyone's screaming together.
Yeah.
And then we'll meet up every other week or something. So that's very tight knit. It becomes tight knit.
Like it's almost like a real life comment section.
It is. I mean, it
is a comment section.
It is.
Yeah, yeah.
It is. And but then
It's a feedback kind of
Yeah.
loop or
and
soundboard.
it's the room. It's the
Yeah.
channel. It's everything. Everyone adding to it. And then since you have an opportunity to give direct feedback to the guy who's making it, or the people who are there because they hear you cheer.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's like instant feedback,
Yeah.
reactions and stuff.
Yeah. So I think that small side is important, and you do get some of that on the big side, but it's more mob than more
Yeah,
individuals. You know what I mean?
for sure.
I mean, it is.
It's more like a poll or a survey type thing.
Yeah, I mean, you do become part of the mob, and then like it's not as like, oh, I'm a small drop in the pond.
Right.
But you're still you still like are the same as like, you know, thousands of people.
Yeah.
You know, you have the same vibe as that, and it just scales up.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it works on the small scale too, I think.
For sure. What? I mean, you've seen a bunch of the content, like long story form stuff, especially the stuff we make because you have to. Like you're part of the.
I like that
part
we're
of the
doing.
machine, right?
I like that we're doing like one shots or like shorter ones that
Yeah.
people can like
Easily
get-
digestible.
Yes,
yeah.
come in and then they get a feel for the DM or the players and
Mm-hmm.
and the story or the inside this universe that
Right.
you're building with
So,
the people.
what do you think in a one shot makes it a dope D&D watching experience? Is it just the less of an investment, like the low stakes?
Yeah, it's a low threshold, like, especially if you're new,
Mm-hmm.
and even if you've been watching all of them, you're still engaging with the world. You're still it's part of the world building aspect, and you're getting to know. You're seeing the talent on the screen in the same way. You're seeing the world build out the same way, in a new, you know, the world's getting built out in front of you, little by little.
Yeah.
You don't need the big stories, because when you do the big stories, that's fun and exciting, but it's not necessarily a lot of the world building that's on like that you're gonna get attached to. You're kind of stuck in a good way, like with a major plot point, maybe or story.
Yeah, it's like a snapshot of the adventure versus the whole saga
Yeah.
or whatever it is.
And I think the way that you're doing it right now, with having both types or like multiple types of stories, like long and short, helps people like engage with it on whatever level they want to.
Hey, that's been a big chunk of our interview with one of the back scenes mainstays of Rumble World, Dennis Portugal, right here. If you want to see the rest of the episode, and you know you do, go hit up the Buy Me a Coffee or the Patreon, whatever link is down there for the other episode. Be a supporter. You'll get shouted out in the comments and in the description. Hey, be part of the Rumble fam. Peace.